What's up, Mavletic lovers and listeners, and welcome back to another episode of Maverick Postgame. We hope some of you got to see some of our athletics this past week. If not, don't worry, because today we got another full show for you as baseball drops series finale after late surge by Mountain Lions.
And softball split series with Cougars.
Plus, the women's lacrosse have a late surge to keep hopes alive for tournament hosting.
And men's lacrosse dominates Dominican, clinched division title, and gets the top tournament seed.
All of that and so much more as we move ahead into this recap-packed episode of Maverick Postgame. So with that being said, I'm your host, Grace Metcalf.
And I'm Joseph Darris.
Let's dive into all the game-breaking stats, off-the-wall wins, heartbreaking losses, and in-depth analysis of our CMU athletics. Roll it!
Hello everyone, once again, I'm Joseph Darris.
And I'm Grace Metcalf. Let's hop right in and take a look at all the Mavtastic action that took place this week here at CMU. The number 13 Colorado Mesa baseball team couldn't hang on in Sunday's series finale against UCCS, falling 11-10 after allowing 6 runs in the final 2 innings of Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference play. Trailing by 1 in the 7th, the Mavericks rallied with 4 runs to take an 8-5 lead. Joey Blank came through with a 2-run single. Stevenson Reynolds added an RBI double, and Kennedy Hara chipped in with a sacrifice fly to cap off the big inning. CMU added some cushion in the 8th when Cameron Cartwright launched a 2-run homer to right field. But the Mountain Lions stormed back with 6 unanswered runs over the final 2 innings to steal the game. As a team, the Mavericks totaled 12 hits. Joey Blank led the way, going 3 for 4 with 2 RBIs and a run. Kennedy Hara finished 2 for 3, driving in 2 and scoring once, while Paul Schoenfeld added 2 hits and crossed the plate twice. Brendan Morris took the loss, dropping to 1-1 on the year.
In a tightly contested RMAC showdown, the Colorado Mesa softball team battled Colorado Christian to a doubleheader split Sunday afternoon at All-Star Park. The Mavericks dropped the opener 6-2 after the Cougars launched 3 home runs, including 2 from Cameron Quilling, to account for the bulk of their scoring. Despite solid relief work from Camden Hagerty and 8 total hits, the Mavs could not overcome CCU's power at the plate. But CMU bounced back in Game 2, securing a 2-0 win behind a stellar shutout performance from Presley Christensen. The senior allowed just 3 hits in 7 innings, walking 3 and striking out 1 on only 69 pitches. The Mavericks struck in the 6th inning with back-to-back hits from Chloe Valdez and Olivia Litson, followed by a clutch 2 RBI single from Cameron Hagerty. As a team, the Mavericks collected 7 hits in Game 2. Chloe Valdez and Kaylin Parsons led the way with 2 hits each, while Allie Disler, Litson, and Parsons each roped a double. With the win, Christensen improved to 7-3 on the season. The Mavericks remain just half a game back from first-place MSU Denver in the RMAC standings, while Colorado Christian sits close behind in 3rd.
The Colorado Mesa women's lacrosse team saw their 7-game win streak come to an end on Sunday, falling 14-11 to number 15 Regis at Community Hospital Unity Field. Despite the loss, the Mavericks preserved a crucial edge in RMAC tournament seeding thanks to a late-game push. CMU jumped out to a fast start, scoring on their first 3 possessions to take a 3-0 lead and held a 4-1 advantage after the first quarter. But after being called for 10 fouls and 4 cards in the opening frame alone, the momentum began to shift. Regis capitalized, tying the game and eventually trading goals with the Mavericks through a tightly contested first half. Justine Anderson gave CMU an 8-7 lead early in the 3rd quarter, but the Mavericks were then held scoreless for more than 20 minutes as the Rangers rattled off 7 unanswered goals to take a commanding 14-8 lead. With the game winding down, junior Carson Dickey erupted for 3 goals in just 97 seconds, cutting the deficit to 3 and preserving CMU's edge in the head-to-head goal differential tiebreaker, something that could prove vital in determining tournament hosting rights. With the win, Regis moved into first place in the RMAC standings by half a game. However, CMU still controlled its own destiny with 2 road games remaining against the bottom teams in the conference. 2 wins next week and a Regis loss would give the Mavericks their first outright RMAC regular season title and the opportunity to host the conference tournament for the first time in program history.
The Colorado Mesa men's lacrosse team clinched the Peach Belt Conference Rocky Mountain Division title and top tournament seed with a commanding 22-10 win over Dominican on Saturday at Community Hospital Unity Field. The Mavs jumped out to an early lead and never looked back, building a 12-3 advantage by halftime and scoring 9 fourth-quarter goals. Eli Bibler matched the program record with 6 assists and tallied 8 points, while J.J. Brummett and Jack Cooper each scored 4 goals. 13 different Mavericks found the net. Goalies Shaden Shields and Luke Parrish combined for 12 saves, as CMU improved to 10-2 overall and 7-0 in divisional play, extending their home win streak to 19 games. With Dominican locked in as the number 4 seeds, the 2 teams are set to meet again in the tournament semifinals. CMU wraps up the regular season this Saturday at home against Westminster.
Makeda Livingston hit career milestones in style, noticing her 50th singles win and surpassing 100 total victories to lead Colorado Mesa to a 7-0 sweep over CSU Pueblo on Sunday. Livingston and Delia Meyer started the day with a 6-1 doubles win, giving Livingston her 100th total victory. She followed with a 6-2, 6-1 singles win, becoming just the 15th Maverick to hit 50 singles wins and 1 of 13 in program history, with 50 wins in both singles and doubles. The Mavs dominated throughout, conceding just 8 games in the 5 on-court singles matches. Devin Rodriguez, Jade Berlanti, Meyer, and Catalina Ballinmarin each won their singles matches in straight sets, while Jane Sturr picked up a default win. With the victory, CMU improved to 15-11 and extended their win streak over the Thunderwolves to 44 matches. The Mavericks now turn their attention to Pac West tournament starting Wednesday in Surprise, Arizona.
The number 34 Colorado Mesa men's tennis team ended its season on a high note Saturday, defeating Colorado College 6-1 for its 23rd straight win over the Tigers. After clinching the doubles point, the Mavericks, who are 13-10, claimed 5 singles victories. Senior Philemon Jabin closed his career with a straight set singles win and a doubles victory alongside Emil Holtman. Holtman also rallied for a 3-set win in singles, finishing the season with 18 singles wins, the 8th most in program history. Henry Scheck, Romain Payan, and Diogo Menzano also added singles wins, while William Leschig narrowly lost a 3rd-set tiebreaker. Despite their top 35 national ranking, CMU barely missed the cut for the Pac West tournament, finishing 9th in the coaches poll.
Colorado Mesa track and field saw strong performances Saturday at the Joe Meeker Classic in Texas, highlighted by a school record and several top 10 marks. Teo Casados set a new CMU record in the 100 meters with a time of 10.46 seconds and added a provisional qualifying time in the 200. He also helped the 4x100 relay team clock a 40.74 seconds, 7th fastest in program history. Merrick Cummings ran a career best 10.52 seconds in the 100 to rank 3rd all-time and join Casados, Amaris Mora, and Justin Blanton in running top 200-meter times. In the field, Anton Higgs jumped 7.49 meters to place 3rd in the long jump, while Van Chambers moved to number 10 in CMU history with a hammer throw mark of 48.46 meters. On the women's side, Hope Matson won the high jump and placed 6th in the long jump. Augustin Hancock took 2nd in the hammer and 5th in the discus. Gabby Horton led the Mavs in the sprints, and the 4x100 team posted a 46.34 seconds, another NCAA provisional mark. Cami Merritt placed 4th in the 400 hurdles with a minute and 2.96 seconds, and Caitlin Pearson broke into the program's top 10 in the 100 hurdles at 14.87 seconds.
The Colorado Mesa Beach Volleyball team closed the regular season strong with a 3-2 win over Division I CSU Bakersfield at the Boise State Classic after a narrow 3-2 loss to St. Mary's earlier in the day. The win marks CMU's fifth over Division I opponent this season and improved their record to 18-9 heading into next week's AVCA Small College Beach Championships in Gulf Shores, Alabama. Lucy Kaufman and Emerson DeFermi led the way, going 2-0 on the day. Their win over Bakersfield's number 5 pair clinched the dual victory. Grayson Spresser and Ellie Ask won in straight sets at number 1, while Taylor Scherf and Jessica Passy pulled out a tight 3-setter on court 4. In the earlier match, 4 of 5 pairings went to 3 sets against St. Mary's, but the Gales edged the Mavs with 2 17-5 third-set wins. CMU's Barrett Nolan and Anya Schwarzendruber picked up the lone straight-set win and now lead the team with 19 victories.
The Colorado Mesa women's golf team surged back in the final round of the Maverick Challenge at Redlands Mesa, firing a season-best 297 to erase an 8-stroke deficit and claim the team title. The Mavs finished at 29 over 605, 5 shots ahead of Westminster, who led entering the day. CMU had 4 players finish in the top 6 individually, showcasing strong team play. Cassidy Falan led the charge with a 1 over 73 to finish as runner-up, while Peyton Panzery placed third after a 76. Britlin Odell and Hunter Gledhill also shot in the 70s to help secure the win. Westminster's Ashley Lamb earned medalist honors with a 1 over 145 total. Next up, the Mavs head to Boulder Creek in Las Vegas for the RMAC Championship starting April 20th. Now that we have recapped some of the games, it's time to announce our Maverick of the Week. Our Maverick of the Week goes to Tio Casados. He set the Colorado Mesa University record in the 100 meters with a time of 10.46 seconds. The junior also ran to an improved NCAA Division II Championship provisional qualifying mark of 20.92 seconds in the 200 and leads the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference performance list. Congratulations, Tio, for your outstanding performance. You are Maverick of the Week. Now it is time for some closing statements. My closing thoughts are on how, as the regular season wraps up, Colorado Mesa athletes across multiple sports are peaking when it matters most. From record-breaking performances on the track to dominant finishes on the courts and course, the Mavericks are carrying serious momentum into postseason competition. If this past weekend is any indication, CMU isn't just showing up, they're ready to make a statement. And since this is my last season on Maverick Postgame, I'm hoping that in my final episodes, I have many more highlights to share.
My closing thoughts on this past weekend. Your CMU rodeo team performed incredibly this past week, so be sure to stay tuned for Rodeo Recorded to get all the details, or go to our YouTube channel to watch the event for yourself.
Now that we have wrapped up all the action from this week and given our closing thoughts, it is time to close the show. Thank you everyone so much for joining us this week on Maverick Postgame. I've been your host, Grace Metcalf.
And I've been Joseph Darris.
Be sure to go check out our channel, 62.2, for more games and updates. We'll catch you next week on an all-new recap-packed episode of Maverick Postgame. Stay safe, Mavs, study hard, go to a game or two, and of course, have yourselves a amazing day.